Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Miasin and welcome to the Drytron combo video. So I'm actually going to be doing something interesting today. I'm going to show you four combos in total. The first two ones are going to be assuming that it's Happy Land City, your opponent doesn't necessarily have a hand trap, and then after that I'm going to also show you combos through or around a Droll and Logbird. And I really want to make the distinction between the keywords through and around. Through essentially means that you do get drolled and you couldn't do anything about it, but at least you can kind of make somewhat of a board after you get drolled. Whereas the play around means that you kind of find a way to maybe get a negate before you get drolled, so when you do get drolled, you find a way to negate it. Now you get what I'm saying, but before you start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe. Really motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these, and yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, so for combo number one, this is literally the bread and butter combo. I don't think I definitely know for a fact that I didn't create this, but I also didn't copy it from someone else. I actually didn't watch a single video on YouTube about the Drytron deck before making my own video. And the reason why I think this is a really good idea and just a good thing that people should start doing is that when you start seeing too many YouTube videos, it starts having like a negative impact on maybe the way you think to how to generate combos and stuff like that. Same thing with deck list. So maybe sometimes the correct thing to do is just not to look at any videos for a while and then try to deck build on your own. But yeah, with just Zeta and Alpha, look at what you can do. It's pretty good, and it's kind of easy to get to these two monsters because there's the Nova, Drytron Nova, and there is Emergency Cyber. Fafnir can search the Nova, obviously. You really have like almost no excuse not to start with these two cards almost at least 80% of your games. This is why the deck is quite consistent, because you only need two cards to make a full, practically unbreakable board. And also the follow-up is ridiculous because the Drytron cards, they are really good in the grave and they stay in the grave. They don't get banished when they leave the field, which is an extremely unfair and unhealthy mechanic, and this is why I think that the Drytron deck should actually get banned really soon. But anyways, we're going to abuse the living pancake out of the one of Ben 10, so we're going to tribute it a couple of times, and we're going to get two searches. So the Diviner of the Herald, which is actually going to be searching for the Editen, and Editen, basically every single time it's ritual summoned, you can recycle back a ritual spell from your graveyard or actually from your deck to your hand. But if you are under Droll and Logbird, the effect of Editen becomes even better because you no longer really have to rely on searching from your deck. You can always just recycle back the same old ritual spell from your graveyard, so pretty nice. And yeah, it's also a level 6, so with Diviner of the Heralds, which gained 4 levels because it sent a level 4 fairy monster, which was Herald of Arclight, you can now make Beatrice, and Beatrice single-handedly gets you 4 interruptions. You're going to see why right now. I'm going to be foolishing for Ava, banishing 2 light fairies in order to search Herald of Orange Light and Diviner of the Heralds again. And now you're going to be using the effect of Gamma, not Cyframe Gamma, but Drytron Gamma, in order to send tribute the Ben 10, and then revive back Gamma as well as the Alpha. And obviously the Ben 10 is going to be able to trigger to search Herald of Ultimateness. Now we're going to be tributing the Gamma for Herald, going to make IP Masquerena, and that's it, man. On our opponent's draw phase or standby, send another Eva, and then search for 2 additional light fairies. This is 5 interruptions in case you are wondering, because you have Herald that can discard 4 fairies, and we have IP Masquerena into Unicorn in order to shuffle back any card our opponent controls. And of course, like I said, we have a graveyard stacked with Drytron cards. So next turn, our opponent is basically dead. We can also make Zeus with our Xyz. The world is kind of your oyster post turn 1 with Drytron, and this was a 2-card combo. So at this point, we have like, what, 7 cards in our hand? That's like ridiculous. Oh my god, this deck is unfair. But anyways, let's get into the next one. Just want to show you guys that you really don't actually need to always draw the hand that I actually showed you. Even if you don't have a single one, like not even Zeta, what is it, Zeta? Whatever, the Ritual Spell Searcher and the Ritual Monster Searcher, even without these cards, you can still full combo. Right now I have Delta and Gamma, and also have Diviner of the Heralds, which is a card that usually you kind of want to search at the end of your combo instead of starting your combo with it. I also have Herald of Orange Light and Lancia, so if I get hand shopped here, it literally doesn't change anything at all. And going second against my opponents, I actually have 2 hand traps. I have Lancia and the Herald, which can potentially discard the Diviner of the Heralds. But anyways, now assuming that we're trying to combo off going first, we're going to Diviner for Herald of Arclight, search the Ben 10, and then Gamma, ironically, wasted the Gamma in order to, well, actually not waste. We're going to revive back the Delta and not tribute the Ben 10 because otherwise there would be nothing to revive, so it would definitely be a waste, but right now it's not too bad. Then we're going to make make Beta Mu Beta Fafnir, send the Zeta, tribute the Ben 10, and then search the ritual spell, and you can already see how this is combo now. Yeah, it's kind of like back to square one, so revive back Ben 10, and then recycle back the ritual spell, tribute summon, ritual summon for Edatin, and then make Beatrice Lady of the Eternal, send the Ava, banish the Herald of Arclight and Diviner to search 2 Light Fairies, and then Zeta tribute the Ben 10, and draw 1 card and search for Herald of Ultimateness, then tribute for Herald, make IP Masquerena, and well, okay, whatever. The draw from the draw 1 ritual Drytron guy, I keep forgetting their names, but the draw 1 guy, it literally doesn't matter because the hand that I just showed you was combo anyways. This deck is that good, man. It really is. It's crazy. Manju of the 10,000 hands, please, for the love of God, don't play the freaking card. Diviner is way better because it becomes level 6, and also it is a Light Fairy, which is level 2 or lower, so it is actually searchable by Ava. Where Manju, yeah, sure, it's pretty sure it's a Light Fairy, but it's level 4, which kind of sucks. And yeah, you definitely want your normal summon to become level 6 so you can easily make Beatrice. But anyways, that's pretty much it for combo number 2. Now let's get into the fun part, Drool and Logbird. Okay, so for anyone who didn't really play Drytron or even played against Drytron in the past, this one replay or combo or whatever is going to make you learn so much. And obviously, the only point of this combo is to showcase Drool and Logbird in particular. So I'm actually going to quote-unquote misplay or play inefficiently in order to kind of show you how you can play it out when you have the fear of Drool and Logbird, and when you do feel just like you can actually play through a Droll and Logbird, or I guess, like I said, around, whatever. But in this situation, we're actually playing around Droll and Logbird, not through it. Ban Alpha is going to... now the name is Alpha 2 Ban, LMAO. You're going to be tributing the Benton with our particular hand. This was a random hand, by the way. It didn't stack anything. So we're going to be tributing this, and you're not going to search with the Alpha Tubin. You're not going to search it. You're not going to search anything. You're going to search for only Benton with... you're going to get the Herald of Orange Light. Now our opponent is going to Droll and Logbird, and we're going to use Herald of Orange Light. Now you might be thinking, well, this is Happy Land City, because you might be able to go Tactic Talents, draw 2 cards, and then keep playing from there. Actually, no. Read the effect of Tactic Talents. It says, if your opponent has activated a monster effect during your main phase this turn. Our opponent never activated a monster effect. He used the monster effect. It's not the same thing, because Herald of Orange Light negates the activation and not the effect. So therefore, Tactic Talents is just staying there in your hand and not doing much of anything. Maybe this would be a good argument for you not to play Tactic Talents and maybe play some other cards. If you want to play through hand traps, maybe Called by the Grave is a bit better, because you don't really have to be scared of Phantasm and Nibiru, but you do have to be scared of Droll and Logbird. So yeah, definitely keep that into consideration. Anyways, again, we're going to kind of do as if nothing was ever an issue in the first place. So yeah, just keep playing Tribute Summon for, well, a Ritual Summon. I keep saying Tribute Summon. Edatin, and then recycle back the Ritual Spell. Ava, Sentu. It was really interesting here how we were able to actually well, not really foolish, but send the Herald of Ultimateness as the discard fodder for the Herald of Orange Light. And yeah, now we have 4 Light Fairies, and this is, like I said, basically back to square one. Our opponent drooled. We weren't able to get the search of Ban Alpha because we were scared that if we did search with it, we would lose really hard to Droll and Logbird, because the Benton wouldn't be able to search with Herald for Herald of Orange Light, and then for the rest of the entire combo, we wouldn't have been able to search at all. So we actually would have passed and probably ultimately lost if our opponent actually drew like a somewhat of a respectable hand. So yeah, especially in this current format, when your opponent has 5 cards in hand and you don't put up a single interruption, you're most likely gonna die. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the 4th and final combo. Okay, like, yeah, let's be honest, this hand is garbage. It's not good at all, and if you do not get a hand trapped, you win the game. But if you do get a hand trapped, it's the end of the world. And our opponent has Droll and Logbird. What are we supposed to do? Which kind of search are we supposed to get first? Because when you play Drytron, there are so many things that you have to think about. It's not just, oh, okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, I just do this play first because it looks cooler or it generates me the most amount of advantage. You kind of do the play that allows you to play through Droll and Logbird the best. And in this situation, you're going to see which Drytron is actually the best to get you the search on, and it is actually this one, the Zeta, and not really the Beta, the Alpha, sorry, because if we do search for the Ben 10, Ben 10 is going to be the last search. Ben 10 searches, therefore we can't do anything. We don't have access to a ritual spell unless we're actually foolish for the ritual spell card, but then we can't really do anything because there's no other ritual monster that we have access to. We only have Ben 10, which is pretty bad, but yeah, the ritual spell is the perfect card to search here, and then we get Droll and Logbird. It's so annoying, but really nothing we can do about it. Yeah, Mu Beta Fafnir is going to foolish for the ritual monster, which is so much better. This is how you can actually get legitimate interruptions, and you're going to be recycling back the Meteor in this Drytron, and we're going to attribute the Gamma from the hand, and then revive back the monster, and then make another Mu Beta Fafnir. Now, fun fact, this is actually extremely hilarious, but as crazy as this may sound, you can actually overlay these two monsters for Utopic Future and then Utopic Future Draco. This is something that you can do, but you shouldn't necessarily try to do, because it just transforms an interruption into another. It doesn't really make any sense, and also, to make matters worse, I just don't really get the logic of playing 2 extra cards in your extra deck when you are so tight with Zeus, Downer Magician, all those cards. You're like, I really want to play everything, all those lake monsters, but you can't because you decided to play 2 win more Xyz monsters in your extra deck. So yeah, just because it's something that you can do, it's not necessarily something that you should do. But for Droll and Logbird that hit hard, this is a pretty nice board. Honestly, it really is. This is going to be able to send 2 cards your opponent controls to the grave, and this is a spell and trap negate, and this can make a unicorn again. So how many interruptions is that? 3 interruptions, but powerful interruptions as well through a Droll and Logbird. I will definitely take that any day of the week, not even gonna lie. But that's pretty much it for the Drytron combo video. If you guys have managed to learn a thing or two and enjoy whatever, please make sure you smash the like and subscribe button, especially would really motivate me to keep making videos like these. If this video can get to 1,000 likes, I will upload the deck profile as soon as I possibly can. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.